Hello, and welcome to Andrew Broussard Watercolors. Meeden has been sending me different things to review and to utilize. I'm a Meeden affiliate, so if you use my code Andrew on meedenart.com, you can get 10% off, and I would get 10% commission, which I take that money and put it back into the channel. So one of the things they sent me was this watercolor paint set, 96 colors. We'll go down the list and I'll show you what it has in it. I will talk about how unique features that it has that other palettes don't. And I'll also talk about who I believe it's for. And I'll explain why that's out in a moment. So it opens up, we have this built-in mixing area. It's on this little hinge right here. Really beefy, really well designed. It has a lot going on for it. Within it, we have one watercolor brush. And if we so choose, we have this sketching pencil. If you want to remove that, you have other room for other brushes. We have two art sponges along the side right here. We have space for a hefty eraser. And if you choose not to go the pencil route, you put extra brushes and maybe some scraping materials. We'd probably be able to fit a razor blade in there if we needed to. I have one right here. Let's see. If you use a razor blade in your supplies, just be careful. And don't cut yourself. So we have room for a whole bunch of stuff in here. It also comes with swatches. So here's all the colors on these plastic sheets with their name. And if you so choose and you wanted to swatch all the colors out yourself, this seems to be 100% cotton paper that they printed this on, and you can paint out the colors yourself. Now, with most palettes, you'll be able to remove the pans, and of course this pan was out earlier when I opened it, but now it doesn't want to open. So let me just see if I can get it to fall out. Okay, there we go. So you can take them out and you can move them anywhere else. Here's a half pan that I had purchased in bulk from some other supplier. And it fits in there. It's a little loose. You would have to put a little bit of adhesive or something in there if you wanted to put different pans in. Also, you can pop out the block of color as well. And this you should be able to do with any palette. And that would let you fill in the manufacturer's pans so that it fits perfect. You know, if for some reason you wanted to switch things along. Now this next feature I think is the coolest feature for this and makes it a really cool concept, a really cool palette, and I wish other people did this. You can take a group of them, like right here, and you can pop out a group of 6. They're in a plastic unit that holds them together. And if for some reason you wanted to switch your palette around, or if you wanted to work with a certain thing, you can lift up another spot and pop that in place. And you can pop that in place right there. So I think that's the coolest feature of this palette. And I think that's great. Now, who do I recommend this for? I believe it's about $40, $50 online. And I would recommend this for if you're looking at gifts for artists that you know, if you are looking to get art supplies for a child, if you are somebody who will paint cards or do crafting or journaling, this would work really well there. The only negative that I have about it is that there's no light fast information. Meaning if something was presented in full sun, would it fade or not? And that's just something that I have to keep in mind because everything that I do, I'm trying to sell, or I'm gifting it, or adding it to other sales. So it's just that little bit of knowledge there that isn't present with the pigments. And if you're like a professional route, you probably wouldn't want it. But for everybody else, I don't see any flaws or negatives behind it. The other day, I took it into the living room and I was sketching at the living room table, and I noticed that the colors are really vibrant, and I like to darken my things. So I was just mixing and matching and playing around. One thing that I really liked is that within this area, we have kind of whole rows that if we utilize, we would have the color harmony taking place. So you could just say, I want to experiment with greens. I want to experiment with blues or reds. And it just makes the layout super easy. I'm going to swatch some colors on just a piece of watercolor paper so you can see how it looks. I'm going to start out with one of the fluorescents. So I really never used fluorescent pigment before, and I really don't know how they do it. And I don't know if it's common or not, but I know that would be something that somebody crafting would definitely want to go for. I'm just using a random... Oh, I should use their brush that came with it. Okay, so here's their brush that came with it. I did one of the fluorescents. I'll do another one just so you can see. I think that's super cool. And if you watch my painting videos, you see that I wouldn't use something like that, but I could see a lot of people, like just conventional mainstream stuff, just using those fluorescents and having fun with it. Let's see, I'm going to grab a random green. Not sure what green it is. So you can see how rich and vibrant the colors are. Let's grab a random red. Yep, so it just has so much going on for it. And I could see people really loving it, really having fun with it. And if you so choose, down the line, after you use up all the pigments and maybe you want to start, concentrating on light fastness and things like that, you can refill this pan. I'm trying to pull up some of this iridescent metallic. A little bit on the lighter side. There we go. Let's see. We'll do one more. These looks like some ochres. And there you go. So, like I said, I think this would be really beneficial for people that are exploring watercolor, that like I said, into crafting, journaling, etc. If they want to paint vibrantly, and if they want it all in one place. So, if you like it, let me know. Please like, subscribe, follow. And once again, if you want to purchase this or anything off the Meeden website, if you use code Andrew, you get 10% off. So that's code Andrew. Y'all take care and have a great day.